Have you ever taught a kid to read cat and then they magically read bat, hat, and mat too? That's actually not magic. That's the power of word families, and they're a total game changer for early readers. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to teach word families and spelling patterns the right way, with structure, with intention, and yes, with joy. Because when you teach it right, kids stop guessing and start decoding. So let's get clear, word families, also called phonograms. These are groups of words that share the same ending. Think of the at family, cat, hat, bat, mat. Then the in family, pin, fin, win, tin. These chunks, kids start recognizing them as patterns, not just the sounds, but the visual spelling too. That's orthographic mapping in action. And this is how you build a real sight word bank. Here's why it works. First, it builds decoding fluency. Kids start reading more words faster. Second, it builds spelling confidence. When they see the pattern, they remember it. And third, it strengthens phonemic awareness because kids notice how changing just one sound changes the whole word. Let's be real. Most kids aren't going to memorize 10,000 words one by one, but they can learn how words work when you teach them the patterns. So how do you actually teach this? I'm going to walk you through 8 clear steps that you can start using tomorrow, whether you're working one-on-one or with a whole class. And let's start at the foundation. Step 1, start with the sound before you show them any letters. Ask them, cat and bat, do those rhyme? What sound do they end with? That's right, at. This is pure phonemic awareness. No letters yet, just listening. You're training their ears first. Because here's the truth. If they can't hear the pattern, they won't be able to read it. Step 2, now bring in the visual. Write at on the board and say, this says at. Now let's build some words with it. Start simple. Plus at equals mat. S plus at equals sat. Make it multisensory. You can color code the ending, you can use magnetic letters, let them build it with their hands, say it out loud, and see it on the board. The more ways they experience the pattern, the deeper it sticks. Step 3, word chaining. Start with cat. Now change the first sound. Bat. Change it again. Hat, then rat, then sat. See what's happening is they're not memorizing each word separately, they're noticing the pattern and swapping the sounds. And here's the key, have them actually say the sounds out loud and then blend them together. At equals sat. When they do this themselves, they're building the skill. They're not guessing and not memorizing. It's actual decoding. Step 4. Put it into real reading. Grab a decodable passage that's loaded with your target pattern. Something like, the cat sat on the mat. The bat has a hat. Have them read it out loud, and as they go, highlight every at word they find. This is where it clicks. They're not just practicing sounds in isolation anymore. They're seeing the pattern show up in actual sentences. And that's what makes it stick. The brain doesn't learn from drills alone, it learns from meaning. Quick pause. If you're finding this helpful so far, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We put out a new structured literacy video every week, and I don't want you to miss them. Step 5, encoding. We've been decoding, reading the patterns. Now let's flip it and spell them. Say the word out loud, cat. Ask, what's the first sound? K. What letter makes that sound? C. Then work through the rest. A is A, T is T. Have them write it, stamp it with letter tiles, tap it out on their arm. The more ways they encode it themselves, the deeper the connection gets. Because kids don't just need to recognize patterns, they need to use them. Step 6, make it playful. Repetition doesn't have to mean worksheets. Turn word families into games. Word family bingo. Picture sorts, where they match images to patterns. Spin and build games with a spinner and letter tiles. Or my personal favorite, rhyming battles, where kids compete to come up with the most words in a family. When kids are having fun, they stop thinking about the work. And that's when the pattern really sticks. Play is practice, and practice builds mastery. Step 7, expand the pattern bank. Don't stop at. Keep building. Try the IG family. Pig, dig, wig, or the ache family, bake, make, lake. Then move to ite, light, night, fight. Here's the sequence that works. Start with the short vowel families, then add blends, then move to long vowels, R-controlled patterns, and eventually multi-syllabic words. Layer them in gradually, and as you introduce new patterns, keep spiraling back to the old ones. This isn't a checklist you finish, it's a library you keep adding to. Step 8. Connect it to meaning. Decoding is the foundation, but comprehension is the goal. So once kids can read the word bat, ask them, what's a bat? Is it the animal or the thing that you swing in baseball? Same spelling, but completely different meanings. This is where you start weaving in vocabulary, context, and deeper thinking. Because here's the truth. Decoding gets kids reading the words, but meaning is what makes them readers. All right, let's recap the 8 steps. Step 1, start with the sounds before you show letters. Step 2, teach the patterns explicitly. Step 3, blend and build words through chaining. Step 4, put them into real reading with decodable text. Step 5, flip it and spell to reinforce. Step 6, make it playful with games. Step 7, expand to new pattern families. Step 8, always connect it to meaning. Word families aren't just beginner phonics, they're foundational literacy skills that align with how the brain actually learns to read. If this was helpful, do me a favor, hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss future videos. And if you want to try this out today, I've got a free structured literacy lesson plan waiting for you in the description below. It's got a full week of reading resources ready to go. Want more step-by-step teaching guides like this? Then you can check out the full playlist right here. I've got videos on blending, sight words, phonemic awareness, and so much more. Thanks for watching. Now go teach some patterns.